Emily was a young woman. She dreamed of a happy family. She wanted a simple life filled with love. Emily had a baby girl named Lily. Lily was the light of her life. For a while, Emily thought she had everything. Her days were spent caring for Lily. She created a warm home. She loved watching Lily's tiny hands reach out for her. One morning, Emily was playing with Lily. Her husband walked into the room. He had a suitcase. He told her he was leaving. There was no argument, no explanation, just cold words that broke Emily's world. Tears streamed down her face. When the door closed, Emily sat in silence. She held Lily close. She whispered, "I don't know how, but we will get through this. I promise." Emily was left in a town. She didn't know anyone. Everyone spoke in English. Emily didn't know English. Emily used the little money her husband left. She bought food for Lily. She skipped meals so Lily could eat. When the money ran out, Emily knocked on doors. She asked if anyone needed help with cleaning or laundry. One day, a kind woman named Mrs. Andrews opened her door. Mrs. Andrews didn't understand Emily's words, but she saw the desperation in her eyes. She handed Emily a broom. She pointed to the floor. Emily nodded. She was grateful for the chance to work. She worked tirelessly. She cleaned the house during the day. Mrs. Andrews kindly offered to watch over Lily while Emily worked. At night, Emily cared for Lily herself. Her body ached. She was always tired, but every time she looked at Lily's face, she found strength to keep going. Life was lonely for Emily. She couldn't make friends. She didn't know how to talk to people. When people spoke, their words sounded like noise. She felt trapped. She was alone in the world. At night, Emily often cried. Lily slept peacefully in her crib. She missed the life she had imagined. But each morning she wiped her tears. She told herself, "For Lily, I will keep going." One day, Emily was cleaning Mrs. Andrews' house. She noticed a children's book on the table. It had colorful pictures. It had simple words she didn't know. Emily pointed to the book. She gestured to ask if she could take it home. Mrs. Andrews smiled. She nodded. That evening, Emily sat with the book. Lily was asleep. Emily stared at the words. She tried to make sense of them. Slowly, she matched pictures to words. She sounded out each word. She repeated them over and over. It was hard, but Emily didn't give up. Emily carried the book everywhere. While Lily played in the park, Emily practiced the words. People noticed her efforts. Some smiled, others stopped to help her. A kind man named John noticed her efforts. He offered to help her learn. Emily worked hard, practicing every chance she got. Slowly, she began to understand and speak basic English. Emily discovered a love for writing. She found an old notebook and started writing her thoughts. She poured her pain, her dreams, and her hopes into her stories. One night, she wrote about the day her husband left. Encouraged by Mrs. Andrews and John, Emily shared her stories with others. Her story was published in a local magazine. It was about a mother's love and determination. Emily's life began to change. She wrote more stories and shared her journey at community events. One day at an event, a woman named Sarah approached Emily. She had been reading her story. I think your stories deserve to be read by more people, Sarah said. Would you like to turn them into a book? Emily couldn't believe it. Her dream of being a writer was coming true. She smiled and tears filled her eyes. The next few months were busy. Emily worked with the publisher to put her book together. She spent hours writing and rewriting her stories. The book was called For Lily. One day, Emily was asked to speak at a big event. She stood on stage and looked out at the crowd. I wrote this book for my daughter, Emily said, but I believe it's for everyone. It's a story about not giving up. The crowd clapped and Emily felt happy. She was a writer and a mother who showed the world that love and hope can help you rise up. Emily thought about the first children's book she found and how it started everything. If you like this story, please like and subscribe to our channel.